What's up? What's up? Welcome to the Just Kickin It Podcast. I'm your host, Brandon, joined by my co-host today. This is Vito right here. It's Vize. We have a special guest in the building. He was on the show before. My man, Bo. What's going on, bro?
What's going on? What's going on?
How you feeling,
bro? Man, thank y'all for having me, man. Appreciate it.
Of course. You were a great guest last time. I'm sad they didn't get to, experience, but that was a great conversation we had. But yeah, I definitely had to have you back on for what we're talking about today.
Appreciate it.
Yeah, for sure. So if you're not familiar with the podcast, if you're first time listener, first time watching, whatever, this is Just Kickin It Podcast. So we talk about, the latest sneaker drops, sneaker news, sports, music, culture, how they tie in with sneakers. So that's our niche. So that's what that's what you here for, is what we here for. So usually how we start off every episode, we check out what we got on feet today. We want to kick it off.
I guess I'll kick it off.
All right, go.
Guess first? All right, kick it
Go
off.
ahead.
Got on the Concord 11s, one of my favorites. As we see, we're in that festive season where the 11s actually come out every year. Mm-hmm. So I just thought it was very ideal for me to put on the Concord 11s today.
Go ahead, Bo.
All right. Myself, and also y'all hear me go by Nigel, NEK Customs, or with that, do custom sneakers. And I got on today is, of course, fitting for the episode, custom off-white chucks. And these are actually the last project that I finished before, Virgil passed away. So I felt like it was only fitting to go ahead and throw these on.
Yeah.
So that's what I got on my feet today.
The hoodie's hard, too. You know what I'm saying? Check out the hoodie.
Custom hoodie, man.
Yeah.
I had to make this in love and memory of Virgil Abloh.
Yeah.
So,
that's just hard, bro.
Yeah.
Throw together some halfway.
And we got the man himself.
Yes, sir.
The big winner today.
Oh,
yes.
Got on the AMM3, sneaker of the year.
In
Very
many people's
clean.
eyes, yeah. Yeah.
You
And you see, I don't know if the camera will catch it, but you see he copped the ones right here, the Amaminier ones. Details go, you want to open it up? Show the people.
We can open it up.
Yeah, I think, as you see, like by the box,
Very detailed.
very detailed. You see the inside right here.
It's probably one of my favorite
clean
features.
shoe.
Very clean.
It's very clean.
Yeah. Did you feel the inside of
Quilted
these?
inside.
I did feel the inside.
Yeah. Yeah.
Haven't decided on the laces yet.
I do like.
But even the lace tips.
Yeah.
I mean, just solid.
What's your rating?
I gotta wear them first.
Okay, fair enough. Fair
And
enough.
let me
Jack,
figure it
what's
out.
your rating?
I'm going 9.5.
Yeah.
Ooh.
9.5.
That's tough.
That's because like you know me like with ones like that's that's my
Solid 9.
solid 9.
Solid 9.
Okay.
Okay. I'm going to go 7. 6.5.
6.5.
I'm going to go 6.5, 7.
Sheesh.
Yeah.
It's kind of on the low tip for me.
Tough crowd.
You're not right.
I feel like with collab shoes, with collaborations, they gotta really, really bring it to me. And with this one, I'm automatically comparing it with the 3s that he came out with.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
Fair enough.
if I'm gonna base it off the 3s, I'm gonna give it a 6.5. I'm not really a fan of the colorway. It's very
But you're a
clean.
threes like that's one of your favorite silhouettes.
Yeah, it is. But I'm gonna be honest. If we take the Armand name off of it and just give me that silhouette, I'm not a fan of it. I think I like it more because it's Armand. But if it wasn't, I don't think I would even purchase that silhouette. But that's just me. So I'm giving it a 7.
Right.
I do like what they do. I know they have some 4s coming out.
Yeah.
So
For sure.
we'll see if I like the 4s.
Yeah. All right. So definitely been waiting to get into this.
Did you go?
Oh, my bad. I'm sorry. I got on the UNLV low dunks. Real fan of this colorway. Obviously, we all know Dunk's been doing their thing for the past year and a half now.
I think that's top 3 colorway, bro.
These right in Scarlet Gray.
Yeah, I could maybe because Virgil put his hand on it, and that's really what made me fall in love with him first.
Yeah.
But this
With
is
the extra
probably
gray
like
laces, yeah.
I really think this UNLV colorway is really, really like getting me. I really like this gray and red combination that's looking at your shirt too.
Yeah.
I just think that gray and red combination is undefeatable.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It's very fits well together.
Yeah, it's between this and the Michigans. That's like my like
The Michigan's tough.
the Michigans like that yellow and blue. I don't know why it worked, but it works.
It works.
It works.
It works.
Definitely works.
Yeah. Everybody went, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, so been waiting to get into this. We were talking off camera about this. So our new segment we just added to the show, sleeper sneaker of the week. So basically, it's just about like a sneaker we feel that didn't get as much recognition as it should, and why we feel that it needs more recognition. So, disclaimer: Vito's going last because apparently he got some crazy shit. Like he's been waiting to get off his
chest. It's only
fitting,
man.
You're gonna see a genuine reaction.
Right, real genuine. So when you see like it's gonna be real genuine. So, I guess we'll go this way then since Vito's going last.
Okay,
So go ahead. Yeah.
So my sleeper sneaker, and I did give a hint that it was inspired by an Atlanta sports figure, Atlanta sports highlight.
Okay.
Bo Jackson? I mean, wait. Deion Sanders?
Mike Vick.
Okay.
Real
I like that.
A real Atlanta legend.
That's a
Real
sleeper.
Atlanta legend.
Real Atlanta legend.
And the highlight, of course, is one of the best of Mike Vick's career, in my opinion. So,
Do you remember that commercial?
the Vick
The Mike Vick
experience.
experience.
Great.
One of the craziest Nike commercials
Yeah.
ever, man.
Yeah.
Man, I think the Vic Experience commercial and the Jadakiss AI questions.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
that commercial was
yeah.
hard. Right?
I think this
Two of the
sneaker,
commercials are hard,
sneaker, man.
man.
When it comes down to sneakers, I really, I know what I'm talking about. But I think they're my top two favorites.
Yeah.
They did that.
They
Is I'm missing one? Nah, yeah. That's it.
All right.
So
Go ahead.
It's Mike Vick. The year is 2002. I'll give you the highlight first,
Prime
and then
Mike
we'll go to the shoe. So this is before, and there's another hint. This is before Vick got his own shoe.
Okay.
All right. So 0-2 against the Vikings. Vick goes on a late game run, and he splits two defenders. And
I know exactly what are you talking about.
Okay.
Yeah, they run into each other.
The
Yep.
sneaker, and this is back when football players were playing.
So he
when
don't
they had
have
turf.
on his Vicks?
When they were playing when football players used to play on turf, they wear basketball shoes.
So wait, he wasn't wearing Vicks at this time because
He
I
was
know
17s.
Because I know Moss wore the 11s.
Yeah,
I like
Moss
that.
had the custom. Player edition 11s, but not Mike Vick, the Jordan 17s, white and red specifically. So I feel like those are a sleeper.
Yeah.
And that highlight was just crucial for like Vick legacy.
And that's crazy. I definitely remember that game because
Yeah.
Moss had on the 11s.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Damn.
That's a good one.
That's a
good
good one, bro.
sleeper.
That's solid.
That's a
Starting out
solid.
solid.
Yeah.
Okay. You up next?
I don't want to follow that.
Yeah,
Had a whole backstory.
I'm thinking
He's
the
had a whole
shoe.
backstory.
I'm thinking the shoe was the Vicks. I thought.
Yeah, I thought that actual like
Yeah.
Vicks.
Sleeper.
Yeah.
Like I
This was
thought.
like right before they finished up, because when they sign with a brand, you get like whatever the brand has.
yeah.
And
Right.
it was like right before he did that,
Right.
and got his own shoe, but he was still playing in Jordans at the time. Like when they played on turf.
On
he played
turf,
in
yeah.
Jordans.
Okay. I like that.
That's a good
That's a really good one. I
Yeah,
like
it's
that.
good.
Appreciate it.
Damn,
All
no.
right. Well, I'll soften the blow for y'all. The Mocha 3s. They came out in 2001 originally.
They
And then
re-released.
came out
Yeah.
in, I think, 2020, 2019,
2018.
2018.
28
Just
years.
a
They just
clean-
came back.
It is, yeah.
Solid shoe.
They remind me of.
Yeah.
They
Yeah.
really remind
First
me
thing I
of
thought
them.
of was solos,
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's what they remind me of. When
Yeah.
I first seen them, I got the mochas from that. So
But again, like you talk about that brown like coffee, colorway just on 3s and
Right.
1s. Just
It worked.
it's really starting to become like
trendy.
yeah,
trendy.
real trendy.
I seen some nice brown dunks. I don't know if it got a name, but it's some nice brown.
They're
dunks
coming
out
out
there.
soon.
Yeah,
Was it the Harvest?
maybe.
The Harvest, whatever?
Possibly.
Yeah. Those like
Possibly.
they're like a light brown, but
Yeah.
they're coming they're brown though. So yeah.
That's a Travis effect. You know,
Travis effect.
I didn't want to say
Effect.
that, but 2018.
He was just saying what we was all thinking.
Yeah, that's when that brown started becoming real. That nude, that brown, that sand colorway.
Yeah.
Brown and pink colorway too.
Brown and pink,
Yeah.
yeah. Like mixing colors like that, yeah, definitely. All right, mine. So I was watching the episode of Sneaker Shopping with Shaq. So Shaq was on. He was at the Alma Minier store in Midtown.
Okay.
So Reebok Shaqnosis.
oh man.
Yes,
That's a sleeper.
that's definitely a sleeper. Bro.
That's a sleeper.
And when they were talking about it, like, he was just saying like the whole like backstory on it, like how
What's the backstory?
basically like so the woman had came up to him in the store and she was just like, why don't you make some affordable shoes? Like these kids can't afford your shoes, because his shoes were probably like they weren't like super crazy expensive, but they were probably like $130, $140, and then like the woman came up. She's like, you need to make some affordable shoes. I know I can afford those like right now, and then Shaq really like took that to heart, and that's how the Shacknosis came about. So, that's my sleeper for real. And I think they would just look good on feet, honestly, and a good hoop shoe.
Yeah, and then you got a Adidas joints modeled after the Shacknosis. They look like collaboration.
I don't want to be this guy. I don't want to.
He's Vito is about to be that guy.
The only thing I didn't like about the Shacknosis is it only came out with that one colorway.
Yeah, the white black.
That white and black colorway.
That's the only thing.
I didn't want to be that guy, but I feel like he.
I thought he did a red and black or Orlando colorway.
I'm not too for sure. I didn't see a red and white colorway. A red and white colorway sound fire.
Yeah.
But something that I think I would have remembered, and I don't remember it. But I wish he just could have came out with just some different colorways. Yeah. Could have really.
That's the only thing about them. Yeah, it wasn't.
And other than that, it's a great shoe. Definitely for that time. Mm-hmm. It's a great shoe. When you look at that shoe on television, it's a dope shoe. It stands out. So I just wish he could have did it.
90s basketball shoe.
Yeah, that's a dope one.
All right, now
my first sleeper that I kind of spilled the beans on before we got on air was the Katrina threes. The Katrina threes was probably, if not probably, top 3 of my favorite threes of all time. We got the Black Cements, the Do the Right Thing, and we got the Katrina threes. That's my probably top 3 favorite threes of all time. So I wanted to provide that sleeper. And then my last sleeper that I wanted to provide that I had the guys guessing today about. And the reason I brought it up, just to give it some backstory, is because, like I said, it's that holiday season. As we know, growing up, Michael Jordan come out with the Christmas shoe, as we like to call it. Right. Now, with him coming out with a Christmas shoe, he come out with an alternate Christmas shoe. At least he did in the years of 2010, 2009, 2011, 2012. Okay. So this one sleeper I was talking about is a 2009 release. It came out with the Space Jams. And as we know, 2009 is 12 years ago, and I was talking about the Cherry 12s.
Oh, okay.
The Cherry 12s. It came out a week before the Space Jam 11s. And if you was in high school at that time and you happened to get your hand on the Space Jam 11s and the Cherry 12s, you was a cool guy in high school, and I was able to get my hand on both. Now, the reason being at that time, they was on the shelves, I remember, because everyone was saving their money for the Space Jam release. Right. And as we know, the Space Jam release is first come, first serve. It wasn't no ticket. It wasn't no online. So they legit came out a week before the Space Jams. Cherry 12s.
Them shits are clean, bro.
Cherry 12s. A fresh pair. Cherry 12.
So
yeah, that's
okay.
You ain't.
I would have never thought it.
I think you was close because you said 12 years ago.
Yeah.
The 12s. You guessed it.
That was layered. That was detailed, man.
Yeah. True, but I mean, detailed. Cherry 12s. Yeah. That was a good one. It lived up to the suspense.
Yeah. Fuck me up with that one. Fuck me up with that one.
Yeah. So
as soon as you said it, we were like, oh damn, like that's crazy.
Yeah. So, man, I miss 12s. I wish I had my hand on like some Flu Game 12s or some Cherry 12s or.
I had the Flu Game 12s.
I see playoff 12s coming back out this year.
And the taxis.
Playoff 12s released like 3-4 times.
Yeah, and that's what I'm saying. I don't really need the playoff 12s. I really want the white and red cherries. Give me some white and red cherries, man.
Yeah. I like the cherries better than the Flu Games, honestly.
I like the cherries better than the Flu Games too. But the Flu Games re-released before the cherries, which I don't understand why. Yeah. I don't know why, but Cherry 12s.
Okay. I like that. It's me. So we really got a really nice variety of sleeper that we feel that are sleepers. So let us know in the comments what you think your sleeper is. Talk to us. We'll reply, of course. All right. So as the guys have hinted already, this episode is going to be about Virgil. Rest in peace, Virgil Abloh. Very untimely, passing of his. So I'll just pose this question, just initial thoughts.
Moment of silence.
Let's do it. Appreciate that, guys. Rest in peace, Virgil. So yeah, I'll just pose this, I guess, statement or a question to the panel. But initial thoughts on the news. Where were you when you found out that Virgil had passed?
I was I think I just woke up and kind of tying into just all these random high profile celebrity figures that just are passing currently. My favorite rapper Wale had tweeted, and I saw Virgil Abloh, and I saw the heart and the prayer hands. I already knew what time it was. Anytime you see somebody name like that, and we saw that before. Saw that, and I went straight to Google and I saw it, and I was like, wow, man, that's crazy.
It didn't seem real.
It didn't seem real, man.
Yeah.
It didn't seem real.
For me, I was actually, when you had texted me that link, I was on my way back from picking up some food. I'm I didn't really think anything of it at first. I was like, okay, you probably just texted me a link about some shoes coming out or some different, whatever. And I clicked on it and it said, saddened to report that Virgil has passed. I was like, wait, what? I was really driving and I had to literally pull over and park and be like, what the fuck, bro? I didn't even know he had cancer. He was sick like that.
Crazy, man.
It's the same thing with Chadwick.
With Chadwick, yeah.
Same exact thing with Chadwick.
Yeah. Shit's crazy, bro. It's just a very unfortunate, situation. There's a great young mind because he was still young. He still had so much to offer to the world, obviously. He was just scratching the surface of what, he could become. So it's just very, very sad, very, unfortunate. Prayers to the family, close friends to him. So, yeah.
So my experience is probably the craziest out of all of us that's in this room, only because we share the same name. My name is Virgil. So I actually found out 2 ways at the same time. The first way was a friend called my phone. I didn't answer the first time because I was driving. He texted me, said, call me ASAP, please. I called him and he was like, oh, it's cool then. And I'm like, what are you talking about? He was like, I seen someone that went to college with us, said R.I.P. Virgil. Thought she was speaking of you, but you just called me back, so it's okay. Damn. So then that's when I was like, wait, what? That's when I went online, and the first thing I saw, which I was proud to see, is I seen LVMH on Louis Vuitton, the House of Louis Vuitton, posted. Yeah. Now, normally with these high-profile celebrities, I hate that the first person to post them is TMZ. I hate that shit.
They're always first.
I really, really, really
same
hate
thing
that.
with Kobe.
Yeah, same thing with Kobe. Absolutely. I found that so distasteful. So when I seen that the household of Louis Vuitton posted it, I felt relieved that, it is true for one, but the way he went out was similar to Chadwick. That's how I kind of compared the two. It caught me off guard a lot. It makes a lot of sense why Kanye said what he said in his interview, saying that he put Virgil and Drake in the text at the same time, because Virgil is friends with Drake and Kanye, and I could see that being his last wish. That's one of his friends to get back cool before he leaves. So it makes sense why they was in that group chat. Yeah. Now, it's unfortunate. It's unfortunate because I dealt with a close death with cancer with my grandfather, which was like a father, and my older sister. And with cancer, it's one of them things that you really don't have no revenge in your heart to give, because it's not like you get justice, because it's not like someone murdered or took him away. So you can't get justice in the legal system. You can't get revenge in a physical way. You just pretty much have to deal with it. I understand we have a lot of technology and we came a long way as a human culture, but we got to come further with figuring out cancer. We just have to. There's no way that
we still don't have the.
I seen a vaccine get created for a disease or a pandemic, you would say, in less than a year and a half. Cancer been around for over 25 years and took away some of our family members, our friends, and now influencers of the culture. So it's just no way we can't figure out or do what we need to do to get the resources to help these cancer patients out. But yeah, on a lighter note, I guess we could, pretty much talk about. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
just like initial thoughts,
Yeah, it was. I was just sitting on the. When did that? Was that Sunday?
It was Sunday.
Yeah.
Sunday.
Yeah, I
afternoon.
was just watching the games, and I was laying on the couch, and I got a Twitter notification, so I sent it to the group. But yeah, I mean, rumors like that happen so often with influential people, so your first thought is naturally like,
right,
this isn't real.
Right. Oh, this is bullshit. Like
you see Louis Vuitton tweeting about it, and
it just don't even feel like real. Like it still hasn't like set in. Like like a lot of these like influencers and artists and former retired players or whatever. Like Kobe still hasn't set in for me, bro. Like you telling me one of the greatest basketball players ever is dead? Like at what 43, 44?
I think younger. I want to say 41.
41?
Yeah, 41.
It's crazy.
I want to say the same age as Virgil.
Yeah.
Same as that age. The Nipsey one. That one still haven't set in with me.
That's never gonna sit in with me.
And I think the Nipsey one never will sit well with me because I seen that video, and I hate that I seen that video that day on Twitter when he was on the ground.
Yeah.
And it's a lot of unfortunate things going on in the world. Hug your loved ones, and because it's a lot of unfortunate things. It's almost to the point where I'm at the point where it's like, who's next?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Who's next? And I hope no one take that the wrong way, because I'm not, I know that's probably disrespectful, but I'm not trying to be, but it's at the point where it's so common now where it's like, okay, well, who's next?
It's like the reality almost.
Yeah, it's almost like
another.
Yeah, it's just one after another. So it's like, who's next at this point? So, yes, it's unfortunate, but I do like what his last Louis Vuitton show consisted of. I seen a lot of celebrities like Ye, Pharrell, Gunna. I didn't see Travis.
I don't think we're gonna. Yeah. Well,
Why not?
was that before?
Why not? That was after.
That was after.
It's after the Astro World.
That's where
Virgil just passed last week.
Yeah.
It's been a week.
It's been a week.
So this after Astro World. Why didn't we see Virgil?
You mean Travis?
Yeah. Why didn't we? Because you're going through something. So it's a death.
Yeah, there's things that are bigger than that.
Yeah,
I think
it. So I mean.
Yeah.
Your friend, a close friend, or
I just think that like if Travis was there, he couldn't really escape. They're still gonna ask him like, oh, so what's up? With
It would have been a whole thing.
but I feel like he wouldn't want to make it about himself instead of like make it about Virgil. But I mean,
you still gotta pay your respect.
Yeah, I mean, maybe he did privately, with close friends and family. Maybe who knows? But yeah,
because we don't have access to
Right.
Yeah, we don't have access. We don't know.
Right.
But
yeah, I'm at the surface.
I would imagine he would. Travis would at least.
Yeah.
Stick his hand out. All right. Yeah, so I guess like on a lighter note, so with Virgil's passing, what like effect do you think this will have on the Off-White brand like as a whole? Not with just like sneakers. I know he did clothing and put together shows. Like, what effect do you think this will have going forward?
So I know a little bit about fashion, and I know a little bit about business. And when it comes to business and fashion, it's really two things that can happen. We have to know if he have a beneficiary. Mm-hmm. So that would need to be put in place first to take ownership of Off-White. Mm-hmm. Now, if he don't have a beneficiary, it is house companies out there that could bid to purchase the name of the deceased. Now, what I'm hoping is a brand like Donda or a brand like Yeezy or a brand like, LVMH, which is the house of Louis Vuitton, actually purchased Off-White, so they just could keep the legacy going.
Right.
Now, a brand, the brand LRG, the owner passed away unexpectedly, and he didn't have a beneficiary. And a couple of other brands that own a couple of house companies that own a couple of brands like Echo and Anichi. They actually purchased LRG, and it didn't pan out too well. But this is a similar situation. So we'll just have to see who did he leave it to. If he didn't leave it to anyone, I'm hoping that the right thing is done.
See, I was kind of thinking the same way. You would think, I think they said he's been battling cancer since 2019.
Yeah, a couple years.
So you kind of hope that he had a plan.
He went through this during the pandemic.
Yeah.
Damn.
Yeah. Yeah, you would think that what you were saying.
I'm sure there's got to be some sort of plan in place, I'm sure.
Okay.
Now, what that means as far as, like, if stuff keeps coming out or, I mean, you don't know, but I'm sure there's some sort of plan in place.
Yeah.
You would hope.
Right.
Well,
for a big brand like Off-White.
He passed away on Sunday, and I checked this week on Tuesday, and his Off-White, not Off-White collab with Jordan or Nike, but just Off-White brand shoes are doubled on StockX.
And I really wanted a pair of like just Off-White shoes, like not
They're
Nike or Jordan.
doubled.
It's crazy, bro.
Doubled. The Nike collab, the Off-White 10 pack. You don't want to know them numbers now, but just Off-White shoes.
Yeah, because Bo, you were I think, were you talking about it on Twitter or something? Or you were testing about it. You tweeted about it. I think you texted me about it. About like
the price.
Yeah.
So the price jump.
Well, it's similar situation to unfortunately Kobe, but it's like you know people who you know they're already selling and trying to make money at these prices, and then they see like he's passed away. People are gonna want this even more.
But why?
They raise it.
I'm not asking you, but I guess I'm asking the masses. Like, why do we think that way? Why do we think
It would have to be money. It would have to be monetized.
Are you talking about people wanting to buy it?
Yeah, like why do death?
I think
equal
that's
up to
people wanting to
show or exclusiveness.
People wanting to show love to people that they didn't show love to
when they were here,
while they were
or they were planning to, or they were didn't do it already.
So that's like after musicians pass.
So death
albums go up.
Right, album sales go up.
That's
streams
weird,
go up.
right?
Their streams go up.
Right.
That's weird.
But even if it's somebody that you actually like listen to a lot, like you just want to go back and play their music,
right?
Just because to restore the feeling, or feel like they still hear a show.
With music is different because I'm not paying every time I hit play in a sense.
Mm-hmm.
I'm speaking on more so like I feel like when someone pass away, their brand become exclusivity around it. Like I can't really.
Well, I mean that's true too.
Yeah.
If you think like this will never come out again.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like Kobe shoes, like we were talking about with how NBA players are struggling to find. Kobe's shoes. It's like, bro, they're NBA players. They played against Kobe. Like, why are they the ones struggling the most to find, a pair of Kobe's? It don't make no sense.
That's crazy.
It's So speaking of like just his collabs with Nike and Jordan, do you think Nike/Jordan will still drop, silhouettes with Off-White? Or do you think that's like a kind of like a slippery slope to go down?
It's one of them slippery slopes because it really just depends on that paperwork that he had before he passed away. Mm-hmm. I think what I'm more so upset about is the him losing his creative directing at Louis Vuitton. That was huge for fashion. Mm-hmm. Him just being an African American in that position. Yeah. That was huge, and He did what he was supposed to do. He didn't fumble the ball. Mm-hmm. He definitely did what he was supposed to do. He brought awareness to street culture and to high-end fashion. Mm-hmm. I just want to know how they replace that.
You talking about Nike or Jordan?
Louis Vuitton.
Louis Vuitton.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think Nike and Jordan be okay.
Yeah.
You still got Jerry Lorenzo out there, Fury of God. Mm-hmm. So you still got other couple of creative directors like Joe Freshgood. You got a couple of other, popular, influential people like Virgil. Mm-hmm. You could even say Pharrell.
Pharrell too.
Pharrell only did a collab with Adidas. It's room for him to do a collab with Jordan and Nike whenever he feel like it. Mm-hmm. I just really want to know where do Louis Vuitton go. I'm really more so focused on high-end fashion. Yeah. And that direction.
We're talking about like just like overall like the Off-White brand, like clothing, apparel, stuff like that. Mm-hmm. Not just sneakers.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
So I'll ask you two this. Mm-hmm. So let's just say Nike, and Jordan does decide to continue with doing, collabs with Off-White and dropping these silhouettes. Mm-hmm. How do you think they should go about like handling these drops? 'Cause I know, like, already, like you guys were saying, the resale price, and Vito, you were saying too, the resale price for these Off-White, Jordans or Nikes is through the roof. Like, them, those...
Twos.
Yeah, the twos.
That I was tweeting about.
Yeah, the twos you were tweeting about. How much were they before?
I think they were around 7 or 8.
Okay.
And
how much?
then within, like, I think it was 8 hours, you were looking at 1,800. And they had sold, just StockX on this one particular size, had sold as many pairs from around like 2:30 when the news broke to like 10, let's say. As many pairs as they had sold in the past week.
They sold in 8 hours.
They sold in 8 hours.
Sold in 9 hours.
For
That's
$1,000 more.
That's crazy. The triple was almost triple the price. Or double the price.
Double
price.
A little over double the price.
Yeah. That's insane, bro. So how you
On
think?
no offense, like,
Yeah.
people don't wear low 2s.
Right.
Like,
No,
they're
it's not.
They're only-
just buying that.
Right.
So,
It's not.
I don't know. They can't control the resale prices.
Oh, no.
But I don't want them to come out with anything else unless, like, that's what Virgil wanted them to do.
Right. That maybe like in his wishes that
Right.
before he passed or wrote down or whatever. How do you think they should handle the drops now if they do proceed with them in the future?
I do think it should be some time before anything else comes out. I think it's not like whatever was scheduled, they just go ahead and move forward with it in its past. And I think it should be a respectable, reasonable amount of time before they proceed with anything.
Mm-hmm.
Of course, so his estate, family, and such like that, the brand.
Right.
And yeah, just like he was saying, like really should be according to his wishes, according to his vision. Like it's different in a sense, but like the way that like Pop Smoke's album was, like last album, where it was just like it was almost like rushed and they threw a bunch of features on there and everybody was doing all this. And
Are you
it
talking
comes
about
out.
The first one or the second one?
No, like the second one.
Okay.
But what about the first one?
First one, because they were still actually working like with that.
Right.
So he was still
before
working on that one.
To go back to your question, what if what if he got, let's just say, 5 projects that's like 90% done?
Do you think that they still proceed with?
As far as
I'm
like,
asking.
as far as Virgil,
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, that's why I'm asking. If he have 5 projects that's like 90% done.
Yeah.
Similar to like what Pop Smoke, they say he had like 80% of the album done pretty much before he passed away. So
yeah.
I mean, if he's at like 90%,
80, 90, yeah.
80-90%. I still say proceed, but proceed with caution. That's probably the best way to put it.
Okay.
But like, yeah, nothing should still be rushed. It shouldn't be like we don't even know news of a Virgil funeral, and then we get a sneakers notification. Hey, Off-White Nike collab about to drop.
Right.
It's like that's just distasteful. And then overall for Nike, I feel like sadly we're back in this position again. But like, please have learned something from how Kobe went down.
Exactly.
Like, please don't do this again.
Right.
Like Nike's really on thin ice in a sense with certain people because like they handled it terribly.
Right.
Now you kind of unfortunately in a similar situation.
Yeah.
So it has to be handled along those lines. But I really think just overall handled with care, and then really according to his brand, and not just taking the Off-White name and just slapping it on stuff
anything
that he never would have okayed or
or touched.
Like artistic vision is like he wouldn't go in that direction.
Right.
So that's what I like to see.
I like that.
It's tough. Because I'm looking at it from a business standpoint, and I'm cool with a manager of a certain popular artist right now. And this popular artist, he went to jail. And went to jail was almost similar to him dying because they couldn't do anything. Like, nothing at all.
It was a long, sentence?
About 2 years.
Okay.
But they had, it was some momentum behind them. So,
Gotcha.
moral of the story, what I'm trying to say is, Nike still is a business. So they still gave Virgil X amount of dollars for X amount of years. Obviously, we know Virgil can't fulfill that contract because he passed away, but Nike is still here.
Right.
So on the business side, I don't want to give them the benefit of the doubt, but it's almost like we still got to make some type of money, guys. Yeah, we can't just
sit here.
But like you said, it's a way that you could do that. I know the Vanessa Bryant sued them, right?
Yeah, but they're actually in works to like work out the contract. It's not like he's completely going away from Nike, but she had to sue him because they went ahead. I think they made at least one release.
Yeah. Then she didn't approve.
Yeah. So see, that's what I'm saying. So it's like, and I heard that Kobe didn't even leave her beneficiary. So
Vanessa.
Yeah, that's what I'm hearing. Like I'm hearing that she wasn't even. You know,
that's true. That's
so
kind of crazy.
That's why they're willing to work it out, because if they was to go to court, they would win. Like
right.
they
like on paperwork.
Yeah, on paperwork, we could be an asshole, Vanessa, but we're not going to. We
Right.
respect your wishes, but understand, like
if you want to take that route, we could.
Exactly, because God is donated to the Mamba, and she they changed her name.
Mm-hmm.
She wanted to change the name to the Mamacita.
Yeah, Mamacita.
And they didn't approve it because she's not a beneficiary. So the Kobe was in a partnership with two white billionaires that opened up his sports facility, and it was the Mamba Academy.
The Mamba Sports Academy.
Right. So if you guys realize, they changed that name directly after he passed away.
Right.
And Vanessa wanted to change it to the Mamacita. And the reason we could do this, we understand you his wife, but on paper, you don't have nothing to do with this business.
It's not yours.
Yeah, at all. Like, so that's why they changed their name, like they could. So I'm hearing the same thing with Nike. You heard what Drake said. You wasn't with me shooting in the gym. Like, you not on this paperwork, Vanessa. But I mean, you is my wife, but you're not on this paperwork. So, but I'm just glad Nike doing the right thing.
Yeah. Or just attempting to do the right thing.
Attempting to do the right thing.
Nothing's been settled yet, but.
Right, because I know that she was upset about the Grinches, right?
Yeah, because it wasn't like she wanted to be more readily available to like the masses, more like Kobe.
Yeah, see, like,
right.
Who are you to say that to us? Who are you to say, hey, look, I know my husband passed away, but I want all his fans to be... What? It's just...
that's shameful, because Nike's going to get the money. If they make...
Yeah, I understand that.
10 times more pair of Grinches, they're all going to sell.
But it's a lot that goes...
Nothing's going to sit,
Yeah, nothing goes to sit, but I think it's a lot of business behind that. You don't want too many people to have it, right? You want some type of exclusiveness, or... What about cost of production? We didn't think about that either. I mean, it's just I'm just trying to. I'm trying to.
Cost of production.
I'm just looking
at an 8-year-old.
I'm speaking from a personal standpoint,
right?
And I shouldn't do that, but I just could see so many things from both sides. The business, like
business shows how many emotions get cut out of.
Yeah, if you're an owner of a business, and you have an employee that passed away, their parent can't come in and say, hey, drop more of them because my son helped you out.
It's like, nah, we work with your son. Unfortunately, we don't work with
you. So it's like...
Yeah. That's the business mindset. That's
tough.
Distasteful, though.
But I would do what Nike do. Hey, let's work together to see, but I can't just fully do what you want me to do.
Right.
So...
Because your name on this paper.
Yeah. I
understand. All right. Before we get out of here, and like a little, fun, light note. So I want your favorite off-white silhouettes from Virgil. It could be, one particular one. You can have 5. You can have 3. Just however, which ones were your favorites? We'll go like that. However many you have.
We got to hear his Virgil Steve Jobs question, man.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
My bad. Thank you. I posed the question to the guys. Do you guys think that Virgil influence could be as important as Steve Jobs' influence on Apple was after he passed away? As we know, Steve Jobs passed away in the early 2010s, and Apple is still at the top of the forefront when it comes to electronic and cell phones. Mm-hmm. And I just want to know, in 2030, is Off-White
still going to be relevant?
Still going to be relevant at a high level, like
I think
Apple is.
Virgil's impact, it would be stretched throughout more mediums than just one. You know what I'm saying? Like, not just sneakers or not just clothing. I think his impact will be felt. Not like the next Virgil. Like the design, we're talking about designers, but their own version of
What I'm hearing you say is you see a lot of quotation marks and other people brands coming soon.
Yeah,
to pay
but they're on
respect.
like their own twist and version of it. That's what I'm saying.
Okay.
I think his like impact. I don't know if it'd be as big as Steve Jobs. Just talking about like numbers and like just products sold and all that shit like that. But I think Virgil's impact will be stretched in a variety of different ways more than Steve Jobs was.
Okay.
That's what I think. That's in my opinion, though.
I just think it depends on kind of like what I hit on earlier, like what his plan was.
Yo.
Does he have someone that's been like watching him and working with him that he feels like can keep it going?
Right.
Just things like
It's like his understudy, basically.
Right.
Yeah.
Virgil has like a apprentice or somebody that's been watching him closely. I think what it's really going to take is whoever is really working with Off-White going forward now, designs, marketing schemes, how they're putting things out there.
I don't want that. I don't want that.
But in a sense that like whoever,
I think I'd rather someone that I'll probably see him around. That's what I would want to take over. Yay. I mean, it's just funny that Virgil was the head of Donda. Then obviously transitioned to the head of Louis Vuitton. Ye needs to become the head of Off-White just to pay his respect for his friend. They've been through so much together, bro. It's only right that Ye take over for Virgil. It's only right. And the space that Ye is in, I could see him wanting to take over for Virgil.
that actually might
This
be,
concert on the 9th is going to be Virgil-fied in some type of way, shape, or form. Drake and Ye are back cool, and it's nobody else that I see that could hold that crown down for Virgil other than Ye. Truly.
I could agree with that.
There's nobody else.
I could agree with that.
Just like the video that's keep circulating on the internet is when when that happened, I knew that was going to be monumental. I didn't think Virgil was going to pass away, but I knew we'll look at that video from 20 years from now and be like, oh yeah, that was a special time, moment.
Right.
So I didn't think it would come that soon.
Right.
Yeah.
But that's just funny how God works.
Right.
So it's like, it's no way Ye not about to take it over. It's...
To go with what you said about that, Kanye could actually be that person who gives them, after everything that Virgil's already given us, Kanye could be that mind that, pushes Off-White even further to the point where it's like we see more
just in this
like transcendent pieces and how do they come up with that, and we're going to be rocking that forever.
He got the means for it.
And
he has the means.
Means and a mind too.
Yeah, this is not Virgil and Kanye trying to get the Louis Vuitton deal back in 2007.
Mm-hmm.
This is $9 billion Kanye West that already established Yeezy, so he got to take it over.
I can see it happening. It'll be interesting,
It'll be interesting to
see.
Probably coming back to the same.
I think it actually might. Y'all don't think this actually might hurt Ye though? Just send him through it. We could end it out. Yes, let's end it out. Then we could talk about.
Okay, we'll talk about it. All right. So favorite Off-White silhouettes from Virgil. It could be Jordan, regular Nike Air Max.
I'm gonna say Jordan 5 sales.
Yes.
Big Money's got him.
I do have them. Real big money over here got them.
Yes.
Real big money.
Yes. So Jordan 5 sales.
Jordan 5 sales. I would say Jordan 5 sales and Jordan 4 sales.
That's what I was gonna say.
You gonna say
that?
Fours.
Yeah.
I want my Air Max 90s.
I was
back.
Thinking that, bro.
The desert ones.
The desert one. Yeah, I seen a picture on
I saw
Twitter.
someone wear them the other day.
I was like, yo, V. I was like, oh my God, bro.
Yeah.
You sold those? You had those and sold them?
Sold them.
Oh, I got one that I missed my beat, the Pestos.
Yeah.
Wasn't a fan of them at first. Only because I don't think I knew how to wear them. I wasn't a fan of the tag at that moment. That's when the tag was like very new. The little,
the zip.
The zip tag, and looking back, that was a miss that I should have caught.
Since y'all touched on those, like the one, especially me, getting into custom sneakers and such, the one that inspired me the most was Chicago Jordan 1 Off-White. And like when I saw
that's on my list.
When I saw that, I saw the label on the shoe. At first, it was just so weird to me. Yeah. And then I started to see it around, and then
in person, it looks way better.
In person, and then you see like because of course the first pictures I saw regular black laces, and then when I saw the green laces, I saw the orange. Yeah. And I was like, and sneakerheads probably gonna hate me for this next statement because I had low top Chicago ones. Like the StockX price of those is going crazy.
Wow.
Yeah. And I cut those, and I did my first custom with them joints.
But why?
Well, why?
Why did you grab the low top Chicago ones?
No, I had the low top Chicago ones. I got those. Oh, I wear size 15 and 16, man. Yeah, I get whatever I can find.
Oh, okay. No. That's I would never. Yeah, I never.
I take it anyway. I get it.
I copped them for like 80. So it was really
that makes sense. No. Yeah. I didn't know you were 15, 16, but I'm thinking like, is that what you wanted? Like a Chicago low top one? I'm thinking, I don't blame him.
I pulled the trigger, and then I saw those pictures of Virgil, like with the Jordan 1s. I was just like, not only is that like just dope to me, but I'm like, keep looking at my Chicago ones. I'm like, man, I might be able to do something like that. Right. Now they nowhere near on Virgil level, but like just and you hear Virgil's interviews like where he talks about inspiring the youth and such like that. That's why like I appreciate him so much, and it did hurt him passing because he inspired me to look at something and be like, okay, let me grab a vision from that and try to make something out of it.
Right.
And for whatever it's worth, man, because I made him inspired by J. Cole and Dreamville Fest.
So, okay. I did see those. Yeah.
When I wore them out and stuff like that, man. People heads turn, people notice them, and it's desired effect, man. And, it did what it's supposed to do. But that's always gonna be a special shoe in my heart for me.
Yeah. For sure. That's dope, man. That's dope. All right. Anybody else got any last minute thoughts or last minute, Off-White syllabus they forgot about it? No, we're good.
Last thoughts was just, man, we really got a chance to witness like modern like art in our, lifetime. Like looking back on Virgil's legacy, you kind of seeing that we grew up with Virgil in different stages. Mm-hmm. Like I remember like the Pyrex, Ben Trill, Tumblr era, Blogspot era.
Yep. RSVP. Yeah. So I literally stayed 15 minutes away from RSVP. I'm one bus and one train away from RSVP. So imagine being a kid, 13, 14 years old. Virgil is not even Virgil yet. And you get to go inside his store and say, "What's up, Virgil?"
That's wild.
You feel me? Like, imagine that. Like, we know who Kanye is, and we know that this is his friend, but if you was a kid and you had an RSVP shirt on, or you had like a Pyrex shirt on, man, and this is like before Virgil moved to New York and linked with the ASAP mob. This is like pre-Virgil when he used to, man, and Don C used to be in there, and like Ye will come through sometimes. Like, man, I want y'all to come to Chicago just to go to RSVP. Like, Chief Keef will come in sometimes, just like Virgil had Chicago in a chokehold just from shirts saying RSVP. That's all it said on RSVP.
Something real simple, bro.
But it's everywhere, just like God is dope. Like, if you just don't know, like, why is everybody RSVPing shirts? Like, what is this wave, or what is this trend? And
it's that simple.
To see that he's turned out to be Virgil, crazy.
Yeah. Wow. All right. So that's gonna wrap it up. Oh, before we get out of here, Bo, plug in what you got going on. Plug in your page.
NK on Customs. Follow us online, Instagram, IG. We on Facebook. NK on Customs. Get custom sneaker work done.
Custom shirts.
We actually have working on candles now. Candles.
It's tough.
Oh yeah. My fiance crazy with it. Candles. Potentially rolling trays, grinders, things along those lines. So we're moving into some different lanes. But still we
That's dope.
Get a lot of custom work done. So definitely check us out.
Definitely go check them out, bro.
Definitely.
Very, very Creative mind, right here, for sure. All right, that's going to end it up. It's going to wrap it up for us. Appreciate you guys tuning in. One more time, rest in peace, Virgil. Miss you. So, yeah, guys.
Legacy will live on.
For sure.
So,
Virgil was here.
He was here, for sure.
Absolutely.
All right, we'll catch you next time. We out.